Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to our YouTube channel and welcome to this video. This is John from Programming Knowledge, and in this video, guys, we're gonna talk about the C goto statement. Okay, so far we have discussed the if statements and how it is used in C to control statement execution based on some conditions or decisions. Now, the flow of execution also depends on other statements which are not based on conditions that can, control the flow. And of course, C supports a unique form of a statement that is, goto statement, which is used to branch unconditionally within a program from one point to another point inside our C program. So although this is not a good habit to use, goto statement in C, but there may be some situations where we can use the goto statement, and it might be desirable to make use of the capability of the goto statement. So the goto statement is used by programmers to change the sequence of execution of a C program by shifting the control to a different part of the same program. So I think I have mentioned this before in our tutorial series, that the execution of a C program is sequential. Like if you have statements from line 6 here, 7 and 8 and 9, so it will try to execute from line 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 sequentially. Okay, but we have this goto statement to control that particular flow. We can go to the a certain point of our program by using the goto statement. So basically, this basic syntax of goto statement is like this. We have this particular syntax of our goto statement. So we have this keyword goto and label, okay? And then of course we need to add label at some point in our program, okay? And of course, the long version of this syntax is like this. Let me show you real quick. So we have like a few lines, and then we have the label, and then we have the statement. Okay, and every time the program meets or found the goto statement, so it will try to find the label that has been specified in this particular line. So go to label, and then it will skip the lines or statements between or other statements, and it will go directly to the label, and it will execute the statements below the label in our C program. Now we can implement this, and of course, guys, it can also be used to, this is a forward jump in our program, because we have specified the goto statement and then it forwarded to the label statements below. Okay, but it could be also the backward jump of a program. So for example, after execution of some lines, it will jump into this particular label. So after execution, it will jump to this label. That's why it is called the backward jump in our C program. So for example, if you have like no other label available here, so it will jump the program execution from here and then go back to line 9. So that's how the backward jump inside our C program. So let me just clarify this. It is called backward if the goto label is here, and then it will try to jump on top or the lines before that goto label, and it will execute all the statements under this. Okay, and it is called forward jump if the label is here. So after this, or after execution of this line, it will try to go to this particular line label, and it will execute the statements under this particular label. So now let's try this, and let's just build a practical or simple implementation of this goto statement. So let's just remove this, and then we can try to ask for an age just like what we have from the previous video, and then we can try to add the label. So for example, G, and this will be the label name. Okay, and then of course we have a statement under this particular label. So printf. So for example, we will try to execute this if the age is 18. So like you are eligible or something. Okay, then we can try to add the new line here, and then of course we can try to add another label. So another label name, and we can print you are not eligible. Okay, something like this. And we can also add the new line here. Okay, and then of course we do have the statement to ask for the age. So enter your age. Okay, and then semicolon, and then we can use the scanf function to get the actual value from the user. So %d, which is the format specifier again, and then ampersand and the variable name, which is age. And of course we can have the condition right here, like if the variable age is greater than or equal to 18, then we can use the statement go to the label G. Okay, and else we can go to the label S. Okay, now as you can probably observe here, we are using if else, but we don't have the curly braces, right? So you can do the if and else statement like this without the curly braces, because we only have one line in this particular, or after the condition we have only one line, and also else we only have one line. But if you have like 5 lines here, you have to add the curly braces. Okay, so in C programming, it like understood if there's like one line to execute, so there's no need to use the curly braces. Okay, now we can try to run this and see how it works. So for example, build and run our application and try to evaluate and see how this particular program works. So basically, it executed line G and line S, right? So you are eligible and you are not eligible. Now, if we try to go or input number 18 right here, so it will try to uh, execute again the line 9, 10, 11, and of course it's gonna ask for the age again, right? So it starts from this particular line 9, which is the label G, because we have specified if the age is greater than or equal to 18, then it will try to go to label G. Now if we try to go to or input 16, so it will try to go to label, or line 11, which has the label S, right? And it will just display you are not eligible, and it did not execute the statement from line 9 or line 10. It directly go to 11 line, or line 11, which has the label S, and then it printed out the statement you are not eligible. And also it also adds the, or I mean asked the age again, and then it asks for the input from the user. Okay, we can try this one more time. So for example 15, so it's going to execute all the lines starting from line 11 with the label name S. Okay, so guys, as I've mentioned earlier, that the goto statement is a unique form of statement. Okay, and sometimes it is not advisable to use goto statement in your C program, but there are situations or conditions that you might want to use this particular goto statement. So for example, um, if you want to skip some of the lines in your program, so let's try that. Okay, so like for example, you have statements like this, printf, and then this is the end of the program. Okay, and then we can go like, instead of using S, we can add a label here, E, and then it will execute, you know, um, E instead of S. So basically, after this condition returns false, then it will execute this and it will call the label E and then execute that. This is the end of our program. So let's try that. Execute or exit our program first and then build and run. So let's try to input first 18. So it's going to, you know, um, execute from line 9 until line 15. And then if we try to input 10, then it's gonna say this is the end of the program. Okay, so I think that's all there is to it in this tutorial, guys, and I hope that's clear on how to use the goto statement in C. So again, this is quite useful in some situations, and if you have questions, please let me know in the comment section below and we will try to answer your queries. And again, guys, thank you for watching and see you in the next video.